Here at Bitcoin Wednesday, I'm talking to Michael Pinkus, and he's from Bitbond, and he's going to do an STO, a security token offering. And what is that, and how is he going to use it, and is the market going to be okay for it? Let's talk about it. Okay, first Bitbond, what does it do?
Bitbond, we're a fintech lender, a marketplace lender. We've
Like
been
lending club or something?
something along those lines, but we lend primarily to small businesses globally.
Okay. So you have a bunch of money, and you basically lend it out to small and medium companies, and they basically pay back their loans, and you have the platform to enable that. Who are the investors who provide the capital?
Yeah, so we have the origination platform. Investors to date have been crowd investors and also institutional funds as well.
So first the crowd investors, and after it works out, the institutional guys come behind that.
That's right. That's the general trend you've seen in the market. The STO offering is a new dynamic.
And you started in 2013, so how many loans have you provided around the world?
We've screened 27,000 loan applications, and we've lent on 3,200 loans to date.
Okay. Average size?
Average size of the loan is 12,000 euros. Maximum is 50,000 euros.
Yeah. And they pay back in 12 months, and they basically pay it back?
Yeah, they're not bullet loans. They're amortizing. So already in the first month, you're already coming off risk. But yeah, they're 12-month amortizing loans, fully amortizing loans.
You say the average interest which the people who borrow money is between 20 and 25. Why is that so high?
Yeah, these are small businesses that aren't able to get lending from banks and traditional outlets of lending, and they're also typically high inventory businesses where it's a cost of capital that they're willing to pay because it's a cost of doing business. They're able to churn their inventories very quickly, able to create greater revenue, and it's a valuable asset for them.
So how do you use blockchain in your current business?
Yeah, so almost since inception, the founder has been following how blockchain works, and because we're lending globally, we needed to find a way to avoid the high expense of using, for example, the SWIFT system. Yep. So early on, we used the Bitcoin blockchain to the point where we've migrated to the Stellar blockchain. It's much quicker, less expensive. So all the payments are settled via blockchain. Currently, there's tokens that's created. Tokens are then transferred, turned back into fiat to the borrowers, and vice versa during the amortization and interest payments.
Okay, but do you pay that in Stellar coins? What are those coins called? On Stellar, they're called.
Yeah, they're not Stellar lumens. There's no cryptocurrency that's.
You have a different one, right? You have a different service which uses the Stellar blockchain.
It's a token that's created on the Stellar blockchain.
Yeah.
There's no fluctuation. It's like a stable coin. It's a token that's created by our payment partners, which are called Tempo. They're also a regulated entity that will create the token based on the amount of fiat. That fiat is then sitting in a custodial bank account, and the borrower then receives that fiat once the token is then cashed in.
So you already have a blockchain background. So are you still there yet? But these guys, they just get money and they basically lend it out all over the world and they pay it back. And how much of that 20% do the investors get?
Yeah, so let's assume its average portfolio is putting off 20% interest. You get 4% fixed.
Yeah.
Then whatever the remaining profitability of the issuer is, let's say it's 10%.
You have default range of 5 or 10%?
Yeah, we'll have defaults.
Yeah.
So after defaults, let's say 10% is left, then 60% of that 10% is paid out to the investor on an annual basis.
Okay, so 4% and 60% and the rest is for you.
The rest goes back to the parent organization, which is Bitbond. Yeah. It's important to note that the issuer is a separate entity that's ring-fenced.
Let's make that sure. But I mean, this is now the introduction. Now we know Bitbond. But now what they're going to do tomorrow, you're basically going to raise money, right? And you're going to raise money with an STO. And what is that?
Yeah, so it's basically a tokenized bond. Yep. It's just like a traditional corporate bond that you've seen in the past. And in this case, it's tradable on blockchain. And from Monday, we'll be starting the subscription period. Subscription period runs from the 11th of March to the 10th of May. And everyone is entitled to invest except American and Canadian citizens.
Okay. So I can basically put in 100 euro, and then I get 100 tokens. And these 100 tokens, what are they giving me?
Yeah, so those tokens act as just like a regular debenture or debt bond.
Well, the same as the other one. Yeah, I get 4% a year, and I get 60% of the money, basically, where you profit, the profit you make of getting my $100 to that SME.
That's right. And then at the end of 10 years, you get your 100 paid out. Or if you want to trade them, in the meanwhile, you can trade them on the blockchain.
Okay. So there's real value. The value, it's just directly. A token is directly a loan giving to SMEs, and I get a certain percentage of the profit and a fixed percentage. And at the end, I get my money back after 10 years.
And you also
and it's approved by the Germans?
Yeah, it's approved by the German regulator. Rather, the prospectus is approved by the German regulator, and we, Bitbond, the parent, is regulated by Bafin, the German regulator.
Okay, so STOs, we knew STOs were coming. I mean, like shares, but this is a bond. And do you know any other bonds which are STO'd at the moment?
I'm not familiar. I know there have been some regulated STO offerings, a few in Europe, several in the U.S. I think we're the first one to backed by debt and issued in the form of a debt product.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to diversify your portfolio.
Yeah, because I mean, this is going to be bought not by institutionalized money. I mean, you already exist since 2013. You have a proven record. You make money, and everybody gets money, so you can basically raise the money from insurance companies or other investors. But now this is going to be coming from consumers, right? Because the enterprises and the institutionalized capital are not going to do this.
Yeah, well, it's approved by retailers. Institutional investors are welcome to invest as well.
Yeah, but they don't do that, right? Because it's new, and they don't have no idea how to do it. So the consumers might know how to do it.
Yeah, I think I like to look at it as we're giving the marketplace lending back to the market.
Yeah. And if you exist, and if you keep on existing, and then basically these coins will keep their value. Okay, if I want to do it, how do I? Where do I go?
Yeah, so just go to bitbondsto.com.
Yeah.
There you just follow. You can start the KYC process already by the end of this week.
Yeah.
You just sign up on the wait list, and then you'll be informed when you can start the subscription. Just make sure you get in early because we have very heavy discounts.
Yeah, you get 30% discount in the first week, as long as the first million isn't done, and then 30, etc. And how do I pay?
You can subscribe either with Euro, with Lumens, which is a Stellar crypto. You can do it with Ether as well as with Bitcoin.
Okay, and then I get a wallet with these coins, and I can basically put those coins, send those coins to anybody.
That's right. We create a wallet for you, and then you can trade them either.
It's a standard Stellar wallet?
Yeah, I mean, there is a variety of wallets that can be used, but the important thing is we create it for you, and so basically there's very limited activity that you need to do as an investor.
Then I can send it anywhere, I can sell it, and there's an exchange on Stellar, right? So the value will be determined by the demand and the supply, and I can immediately send it.
That's right.
Sell it.
After the 10th of May, you can transfer it as you like. There is an exchange already built into Stellar. Yeah. Most likely there will be a regulated listing as well as unregulated listings of third parties that pick this up as well.
Okay. You come out of the normal standard financial world, right? You're an old-fashioned financial guy. How do you feel about this whole crypto magic?
I think I'm so excited because although I'm an ex-banker, I really think it's fantastic that we're able to remove a lot of the middlemen which create bottlenecks in the capital markets.
Don't you love your old world? Did you think you gave a fantastic service and that it worked really well?
I believe there's always room for improvement.
So, the first German-approved STO is coming next to you. Go to, one more time.
Bitbondsto.com.
Bitbondsto.com, and just invest a couple of bucks and see how it goes. It's the first in Europe.